Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Nash Haywood. I'm the head of digital marketing at Cloudflare, and today I'm going to present on how to drive an efficient growth strategy for B2B marketers. The reality is today that marketers are being asked to do a ton. They're leading growth. They're figuring out exactly how to drive leads, drive awareness, and really provide a lot of pipeline for most B2B companies. Whether you're in a startup or an enterprise, you're being asked to drive pretty significant ROI, and today more than ever. Driving revenue is a combination of hard work and luck. And what I want to do with this talk is really provide you the tools that you need to be successful in a lot of the things that I've learned over the past 10 years. There's a Forrester survey that went out this year and surveyed a bunch of marketers, and really everyone's being asked to do a lot more with a lot less, with reduced headcount, less marketing budget, and there's actually fewer buyers in market as well. It's just gotten extremely hard out there. And really what my goal is to give you an actionable process plan to really build scale and drive more revenue at your company, as well as all the tools, tactics, and templates that I've put together over the years. So the next time your sales team comes to you or your CEO asks you how you can drive more revenue, I want you to channel your inner Liam Neeson and respond with this plan. So there's basically three parts. There's a funnel blueprint, which helps build your plan and put together a go-to-market plan that actually works. The second part is putting together your growth plan with data, with your metrics, and basically making the numbers work for you. And the third part is an orchestration playbook. This will help you put together all the pieces across teams and really drive revenue in a meaningful way. And as part of this, you're going to get all the templates that will be available as I'm speaking, as well as after the presentation. So step one is really the entire foundation of what you're doing. If you don't build a plan effectively, you're really setting yourself up for failure. What this is going to help you do is define the strategy to segment your funnel and visualize your marketing programs. But the biggest issue, honestly, is that most revenue teams really aren't aligned. Sales and marketing are talking about two different things. Marketing teams are focused on driving leads that don't convert. Sales teams are concerned about pipeline coverage, and teams just really aren't getting it done. So the things that you should be doing, driving consistent set of metrics across your team, really just starts with aligning on a North Star goal. This is for both expansion as well as acquisition. You have to build a plan that overlaps with both teams. For sales-led organizations, this is going to be pipeline. But for product-led, it'll be product signups and recurring revenue. And another problem with unaligned teams is you end up having siloed efforts. So when you break down your marketing strategy into integrated programs across the entire team, things really start to click. You can support the entire funnel with smart marketing. You can start to drive more measurable outcomes, and a funnel blueprint really helps you do that. So this is a template that I've built. It's really based on what has come into market over the past couple of years from the team at Winning by Design. And it's entirely configurable for you to put together your example campaigns at the top, marketing programs and goals, and assets and offers that can help support your marketing efforts. But at the end of the day, you can totally customize this to what you're doing within your organization. But simply doing this work up front is going to help provide a ton of clarity for your go-to-market strategy. When you're thinking about acquisition, you really want to build a strategy that's focused on reducing your customer acquisition cost, building targeted awareness within your target accounts. You might get some bonus points if things are funny or ironic, but simply you have to make sure that your team or your team is marketing to the right people at the right accounts that can buy your product. Second part is engagement, really just focusing on engaging your ideal customer and providing a ton of value. This is not buying leads and simply putting them into a nurture and hoping things work out. This is thoughtful engagement, virtual events, distributing high value content, and understanding when accounts go in market and trying to help them buy in a thoughtful way. Lastly, conversion is really where a majority of marketers do spend their time, but can be done better by so many B2B organizations. Don't try to push your buyers to buy, let them buy on their terms and make it easy to do business with you. And your goal as a marketer here is obviously to reduce your customer acquisition cost. When you think about expansion, adoption is really the first key to expansion. Your customers have to be successful with your product. Once they are, start thinking about how you can expand with upsells, cross sells, and use-based metrics that will allow you to really understand who's getting the most value out of your product and what you can do with them. Lastly, focus on retention. Most companies are really not investing here, and it's honestly mind-boggling to me. Don't forget about the RR in net retention rate and annual recurring revenue. They have to renew for you to be successful. But honestly, when you start to think about this, it gets a little bit complex, and most CMOs and CFOs are going to push back on the plan if it's not easy to understand and solid. So the answer to this is really to become a marketing investor. So think about your marketing as a series of programs that are investments with different payback periods and different rates of return. You're going to make a lot of money at the bottom of the funnel, but you need to invest in the top of the funnel to make things work. So one way to do that is really define a clear way to measure your entire marketing portfolio. So using the funnel-based approach, really take a look at what your leading and lagging KPIs are and just commit to them. Make sure that every program you have is aligned to the right leading indicator as well as the right lagging indicator. You do have to optimize to leading KPIs to make your marketing programs work, but lagging is really where your goals are. And when you look at your marketing programs, measure them in different ways. Look at first touch for top of funnel, op creation, attribution for conversion, and just think about it logically and don't just look at everything from an attribution point of view. These are some example metrics for a sales-led organization, with about 300 million in revenue. And then also take a consistent approach to how you show marketing ROI. Don't get caught up in channel metrics that are going to confuse the hell out of anybody that you're talking to, especially your C-level. Create a really consistent way to talk about what you're investing in, how much it costs to create, and what the return is. And not everything will return revenue, but your overall plan is going to help you drive growth. Step 2 is really to build your revenue creation framework. The problem is upfront, a lot of things don't work and your plan gets really flawed very quickly. And you're just going to have to adjust. So really what you can do is use this template, input your data, and build your plan around reality. The quickest way to do this is really to assess your go-to-market focus area. How are you going to reach your existing buyer? What does your CRM look like? How are you going to reach them across ad platforms? Where can you get company and contact data? Where will you meet them at industry events? And what marketing channels can you actually execute effectively? The other place to look at this is where can you win more often? What are your best industries, your top buyer personas, and products that you have with a high win rate? What segments have more existing demand, and where do you have a competitive advantage? And then do you have a market trigger event that causes someone to buy? And are you using intent data? And then when you look at this all, take your target market, your target accounts, and then create focus. At a lot of organizations, these are tier 1 accounts, but spend a majority of your time there. Don't overcomplicate it and just get hyper-focused. Second part of this is really just building your marketing program and operating model and understanding how things work, who's doing what, and how your revenue engine will actually run. So just ask these clear questions and then use proven tactics and strategies. There's a million things out there that you can be doing, and a lot of them work and a lot of them don't. So I put in the template over 100 tactics that I've used in B2B marketing across digital growth, ABM, to really just make things happen. Not everything works for every company, but it's often a great place to start, and you don't have to necessarily reinvent the wheel. The third part is really orchestrating revenue at scale. You're going to run into growth challenges once you actually get things off the ground, um, but then things will stop working. It's a people, process, and technology issue. So orchestration is a really strong concept that takes the idea of automation and expands it across your entire buying team. Orchestration helps everything work together. Your activities and triggers across your sales and marketing tech, you really work to drive orchestrated plays that drive revenue outcomes and build programs around revenue playbooks that help scale. This is what it looks like for a majority of companies. Orchestrated activities are really the what you put into market. The triggers are what drives it. So this might be events, lead submissions, website visits, opportunity creation, or sales stage changes within your CRM. And then lastly, playbooks are a way to organize and think about your goals. This is where you actually create the automated workflows across all of these sequences. As part of this presentation, I'm sharing a workbook as well as a breakdown and a spreadsheet of about 50 different plays that you can run. And when you start to adopt and you want to enable your team, the worksheet is a great way to actually help things happen and simply just work with your team and get stuff done. So pick a target, pick an outcome, and just run revenue plays. And that's how you start to grow the business. In conclusion, really, to drive an efficient growth strategy, you have to do basically three things. Build a plan with the funnel blueprint, build your plan around data with the growth planning template, and then use the orchestration playbook to scale and accelerate your results. And then focus on improving over time. The execution, the measurement, and adjusting and repeating is going to be what helps you drive the efficiency and sustainable growth. Thanks so much.